Today, what I would like to do is to read a small portion of chapter 1 of Midnight at Noon, second edition. It begins with the poem, which was written by uh, one of the most influential Haitian poets and writers, contemporary Haitian literature. His name is Anthony Phelps. And he wrote this poem as a letter to his deceased friend, Raymond Jean-Francois, who was killed in 1969 by the Tonton Macoute in Haiti. In vain, comrade, I spelled out the daily folklore of my people. Brother, comrade, now I know. You read over my shoulder, because one does not kill the flower with a weapon of war. If they stole your life, your debt remains with us, and it is from it that I will write the legend of the men of granite and the women of marble who are born from you to liberate in a joyful fight of flowers and painters. C'est en vain, camarades, que je perds le folklore quotidien de mon peuple. Frère, camarade, maintenant je le sais, tu lis par-dessus mon épaule, car on ne tue pas la fleur à coups de mitraillette. S'ils ont volé ta vie, ta mort nous reste, et c'est à partir d'elle que j'ai créé la légende des hommes de granit et des femmes de marbre qui naissent de toi pour libérer cette scène violente de l'histoire en un combat joyeux de fleurs et de panthères. Anthony Phelps, dans la lettre à Raymond Jean-Francois. Although Avicenne was not well known in his district, his mother was quite famous. The news of her son's murder was broadcast throughout the area, and the family's small courtyard was soon packed tight with mourners. They came from Thirivière, Vieille-Caille, Bois-Chandelle, Montméris, Bar-Latier à Saint-Joseph, Desrouvray, and Embalmant. The tiny village of Enroudeau was filled to overflowing with a sea of people coming to pay their respects to Odilon and his mother. The cool sea breezes that caressed the swing tree branches of the village were still that sad day. Not one leaf could be seen floating in the air. The colorful hummingbirds hovered on view. The voice of the colibri, that beloved Haitian songbird, was silent. Heavy gray cloud acted as a giant umbrella to block the sun and protect mourners from the stifling heat. Odilon and Cecile were huddled in misery on the edge of a small bunk inside their house. Avicenne's body was wrapped from head to toe in a clean, coarse, and wrinkled white sheet. He lay in a rough-worn pine coffin, lined with a little knot on the floor. This presentation was a sharp contrast to Haiti's peasant tradition and full viewing for mourners. The sight of Avicenne's mutilated corpse was too gruesome to expose to such a group of people already plagued by deep fear and anger. Two men hugged Cecile tight to prevent her from smashing her fragile head on the packed dirt floor in her intense grief. Odilon wasn't crying. His stained dry hands rested between his trembling knees as he sat lost in thought. He hadn't told anyone what he'd seen the night before at the chief compound. Not to protect just himself, but his mother too, from the looming threat of interrogations by the district and state. How could he ever prove what he had witnessed. And to make matters worse, he had only seen it because it broken the law by trespassing on the chief property. The crowd outside was not asking for clairin, the one served at rural wakes. No one was playing dominoes to pass the time. Instead, they were gathering into small groups, wondering who committed such a horrible crime and why. Some of the mourners were certain that Avicenne was killed because he was a goat herder. He raised a special type of goat that resembled the African gazelle. Many folks in this rural section kept an eye on these goats, including the region's only agronomist. The goats were swift and graceful with high shoulders, long necks, and soft gleaming eyes. But the short, solid, branching horns were forked and curved skyward, proving them to be goats and not antelopes. Nonetheless, no one believed Avicenne deserved such a harsh fate, regardless of who may have coveted his prize goat. By mid-morning, some of the women mourners took the initiative and began to make, pour, and serve strong cups of coffee and tea. These quiet local women understood that the presence of alcohol could inflame the tense, angry crowd. Alphonse Jean-Baptiste appeared out of nowhere as if by magic. He was the most feared and respected male elder in that rural section. He went inside Odilon's house and pulled them outside as the mourners looked on with growing suspicion. When did they find the body? Jean-Baptiste demanded. Odilon stammered, around 6 o'clock this morning. How did you learn about the murder? Jean-Baptiste clutched Odilon's stained and torn clothing, threatening him with the other, a clenched fist. I was asleep. There was a knock on the door. Odilon whispered, the beginning of many necessary lies. My mother was already awake and went to the door. I woke up to her anguished voice, crying out for my brother. Where was he last night? Jean-Baptiste didn't look at all convinced. Groping for his courage, Odilon lied outright. I don't know. I came home late, and he was still out. From time to time, I will read a small portion, just to give you a sneak preview of what's between the covers of Midnight, second edition. And I hope that you will be fired up and with the envy, with the passion to grab the book and start reading from the start to finish. So, I'm going to say again, as I always say in every video, if you're interested in purchasing this new edition, you can find it everywhere they sell books, and I'm going to put a couple links at the bottom of this video to make it easy for you. But anyway, I just like I said, it's on the different online retailers, bookstores, Barnes and Nobles, on Books and Millions, and Amazon.com, Books and Books, bookshops, you name it. Okay, so if you really send me a message telling me that you're looking for Midnight and you just can't find it, and I know that you'll be lying. You know, those little white lies to make me feel happy that you're interested in reading the story. But I know that if you truly want to have it, you can have it. By the way, I mean, now you can pre-order, but the 21st is the release date of the book. I hope you've enjoyed the sneak preview from chapter 1 And like I said, I'll be able next time to just give you more sneak reviews of what's inside the cover of Midnight at Noon. Bisous, bisous. Until next time.